Hello, everybody, and welcome to Talk About It Tuesday, where I have the amazing Alicia with me today. Hello, Alicia.
Hi. I feel like we're playing that game where you have to put an adjective and then your name. But A names are the best. You get like amazing, you get awesome, astounding.
Yes, the incomparable, the astounding.
Yeah, it's so good. A is so good.
Okay, so why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do?
So, my improv self, I've been doing improv for about 8 years. Fun fact, my first show was actually on my birthday. So, it's easy to mark how long I've been doing it, as long as I remember what birthday it was. And I have my own improv group. I'm a co-owner of that, which is super fun. And I play with a couple other teams. And yeah, we're doing stuff in the pandemic. So yay.
Yeah, getting through this thing all together through improv.
Deep breaths and big smiles. That's what I'm doing. And good lipstick. Yeah.
That covers everything.
Right. If I'm not feeling it, I'm just like, no. Lipstick is happening today. I don't care if I don't see anyone. Exactly. It's for me.
So when you first started theater and improvisation, that whole world, what made you get into that process?
Been performing since I was really little. Like, I took dance classes forever. I took violin for a long time. I played an instrument in high school. Like, I did all the things. So I was always really comfortable with that idea of like performing. And I did some theater in high school. I did some in college and some dance. So when I moved down here, I didn't have any of that to do. Like, I wasn't plugged into the theater community. I wasn't plugged into the dance community, any of that. So I had a coworker at the time who had done improv in college and was looking to start his own thing. So he just asked me like, hey, do you want to come by and try this thing? And I was like, sure, why not? And so that's how I started. I didn't know that the first rule of improv was just to say yes. And then I just said yes and kept saying it for 8 years. So.
Natural born.
Exactly.
That's kind of how it goes, isn't it? You're just like, hey, why don't you join us? Okay. And then now you're in for life.
Yeah. And I used to watch Who's Line with my parents. And my mom was always like, oh, you could do that. And I was like, stop it. No, I can. And then now I do it. So I guess my mom was right and I was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. But your mom is always right, you know?
Moms know. Yeah. Moms know.
That's how it was for us. We would watch Who's Line with our dad. And then during props, we would grab stuff from the bathroom or the kitchen and then do props during.
Right.
What do you find connects you to improv the most? You know, what is it that drives you within improv?
I mean, it sounds so cliche to say, but like improv really has changed the way that I live my life. I'm a better teacher because I do improv. I think I'm a better listener. I think I'm better in relationships, both like friendships, romantic relationships. I think all of that has improved. You learn how to listen better. You learn how to adapt to situations, right? If someone says something to you in a relationship and you're like, wasn't expecting that. Let's take a moment and let's respond. In your improv practice, I've kind of learned how to let silence sit for a little bit. So I'm getting more comfortable with silence, which I think is really important. It's made me a better person, and it's a fun creative outlet. Like, we always send kids to the playground, right? Go play, go outside and play, go play with your sister, go play. Yeah. But we never tell adults to do that.
Yeah.
But we need it. Like, we need it so much. We need to laugh. We need to hang out with other people. We need like human interaction. We need a mindset of play. And so for me, that's, I guess, what keeps me going.
Yeah, I think it's the same for us. You know, of course it sounds cheesy, but it turns into this thing that takes over your life, and you have to constantly say it's an obsession. You can't stop.
Right.
Once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah,
and
100%.
It's like this knowing of, okay, they've got my back, I've got their back, we're all in this crazy ride together, And at the end of it, it's going to be some majestical, beautiful nonsense that we're all going to remember.
Yeah. And ultimately, it helps you confront fear in your own life as well. Because if you're going out on a stage and you're like, I literally have no idea what's going to happen outside of this set list.
Yeah, that was a huge deal. Because
it's the same thing. You don't know what's going to happen that day.
No.
You have no idea.
With teaching, it's so true, because when I started teaching the kids, it was me trying to figure out how to not just be their friend, but also be their teacher, and being able to combine that within improvisation, because that's what they were learning. And you find out so much about these little tykes that you're like, guys, you need to express yourself a little bit more. This is amazing.
Yeah.
You're all quiet and in a corner, and now you're doing cartwheels across the stage.
I know, man. Kids are the best improvisers. They really are. Because they will say the strangest thing, and everyone else is just like, oh yeah, of course.
Oh
yeah.
Yes. I had one student that said Mars was just a circular hot dog in space, and I was like, yes, that you are.
It is. These are facts.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you a really hard question.
Okay.
What's your favorite game?
Okay, so I did get forewarned this question was coming, I have to admit.
Yes.
I think one of my favorite games, and this is like, I'm going to go with the like games people know games.
Okay.
I really like ABC, actually.
Ooh.
Or the alphabet game. I don't know. People call it different names.
Yeah.
But I really like that game.
Yeah, that's a fun game. I think it like it gets your brain going, and then you forget that the alphabet at all sometimes. Right.
and I know the alphabet forwards and backwards.
What?
But it still doesn't help me in the game.
I don't know the alphabet backwards at all, and I can't.
It's easy to memorize. I was bored in 7th grade math, so I was like, I'm just gonna learn the alphabet backwards, and I did.
See, people, a genius amongst men.
Yeah, that's
all it takes to be an improviser. You just gotta be a little bit of a genius. It's whatever.
Just a little bit.
Tiny bit.
But yeah, I think that might be that's definitely in the top 5 of the games. I really like ABC.
Alicia, if I was like walking down a street, and before I cross the street, all of a sudden I see you. I know you. What's something that I wouldn't think about you just by looking at you? Something I couldn't tell.
Well, it depends on how hard you look. If you look real close, you'll probably figure out that I'm diabetic. But if you're not looking real close, you probably wouldn't know that. You can see I actually have this is my little blood sugar monitor right there. Mm-hmm. Yep. Shout out to Dexcom. If you need someone to do your commercials, I'm here. I'm wearing it. You get all this.
All of it.
Dexcom.
All the gloriousness.
Yeah. Dexcom. Hit me up.
You got one, guy. Is there anything else that you would like to throw in about the work that you do? You know, with improv and teaching, do you think is there anything that you might think anyone needs to hear, maybe to jumpstart their improv career, or to get them to understand it better?
Sure. So if you're a classroom teacher, so I think sometimes, when people are talking about improv, they're like, oh yeah, I teach and blah, blah, blah. I teach improv, but I also am a teacher, like I'm a professor. Mm-hmm. And in my actual classroom, I use improv all the time. And I'm actually kind of looking towards thinking about some ways to start doing workshops for teachers about how to use improv in the classroom. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't want to be a performer, even if being on stage freaks you out, again, the improv mindset I think is really, really good for classroom teaching, whether you're teaching little kids or college students, middle school. It's helped me be so much better. I can and my students, and it helps to really build a community of students in the classroom, rather than like they're afraid I'm gonna just be like, nope, you're wrong. Like, you learn how to kind of build on what it is that they're saying, even if it is totally wrong. Improv teaches you ways to build on what it is they've said so they can get to what the correct understanding is. So improv is great for classroom teachers. Even if you don't want to perform, you don't have to perform. It's not for everybody. Right. But your classroom is your stage. Take it over with some improv.
My mom's been teaching psychology at NSU for 20 years, and when we started using improv, she did. And she would come home proud of herself. She's like, I did an exercise with them today, and they had everything, and I had them do role playing, and it was so good. And I was like, it works.
Yeah, I've done whoosh in the classroom. So like if my class is a little bit too long, because some class blocks are like 50 minutes, you don't really have time. Some are longer. I'll do like a little 5-minute break in the middle. We'll play whoosh. I've had them do like yes and stories. I've had them do fail ball, which is fun. And for them, it's something a little bit different, and they get to get out of their seat. But for me, I'm like, haha, you're learning and I'm tricking you. so good.
That's always the trick, isn't it? It's like you're having fun playing this game that also involves your educational skills.
I'm so tricksy.
That's awesome. Last but not least, is there anything you would like to say? Anything you're working on? Anything you want people to know? This is your whatever you want to say.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. So I run a group with my partner, Dash Ruiz, and our group is Society Circus Players. There we are. You can find us on the Instagram. We do a show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 o'clock on Instagram Live. We are at Society Circus, and we're on the Facebook. As far as Society Circus as a group, we don't have anything in the works, although our anniversary is coming up, so probably something's going to be happening. But as individual players, we're all, kind of doing stuff now. I have a show coming up in August, duo, and I'm in a trio that are all under Society Circus. I have Countdown Improv Festival, which is the best improv festival. That's going to be online, free. I'm teaching a workshop at Countdown. My friend Stephanie's teaching a workshop at Countdown. Yeah, I'm doing all the things. There's a show with Phoenix Rising on August 19th, so that's happening, and I'm going to be in that. But yeah, find us. We put all of our individual projects on our Instagram, so you can find all the info there.
Yes, every link, every date you just heard will also be in the description below if you missed it. So
yeah, all the things.
So you can see all the things that Alicia is in, because like we said, she's glorious and amazing. So gotta keep up with her.
And now's a great time to pick up on improv. Like if some people have social anxieties, and I totally get that. But there's lots of workshops online for free or for reduced prices. Now is a great time to get into improv. It really is. So if you're thinking about it, do it. Do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Do it. Just click the button and do it. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Not improv. Do it.
Stop watching us. Go improv.
Yeah.
This has been awesome, Alicia. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's amazing. So don't forget to subscribe, and click that bell notification if you're watching us on YouTube. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, every thing we have talked about is in the description down below. We also have some organizations that might need your help at this time, so go check that out as well. Don't forget that we are here to help you find your funny. That is what improvisation is all about. Help you get a clear mind and start fresh for your day. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Alexandra. I was joined by the gloriously, amazingly talented and gorgeous Alicia.
Yes. Hi. I'm all those things.
All those things. Join us again next Tuesday for Talk About It Tuesday with another amazing guest. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.